So that is the Continental Grand Prix little horsey. 4000. The Vectrum Breaker. One more look at that tread. Yes. Oh, here we go. That's nice, isn't it? That's real nice. Welcome to the video. This is the Durinomitor bench. This is the workbench here. I've got a bit of an interesting bench. It's just my random outdoor workbench. Got this from the side of the road. It's full of goodies in there. And this is, we're going to talk about tyres. We're going to do a bit of history lesson. We've got the 5000s. Not a bad tyre. But let's talk about where these tyres came from. These are brand new from 1998. These were made the year Natasha was born. This is a 23. This is the GP Grand Prix 4000. Back when they used to say Grand Prix, now they just say Grand Prix. Still 5000. It's got the little Zdeutsch. Here we have in a 20mm. Let's have a look at this. 20mm. And I've got even got a 28 here. They got to a 32 now. We've got a little pussycat here. And this is the deal. So I remember these back in the day when the 23s came out. We were racing on 18s and 20s, and we're like 23. Oh, it's pretty fat. It's a bit wide. But now your 23s are like really, really skinny. So it's pretty cool. But these tyres have never been fitted, and we're going to put them on Natasha's bike as a 1998 production. I've got some Bontrager wheels here. We're going to put them on a little bit wider, so they'll go nicely on her little cruiser bike. And this bike here is my Pragma Mawson gravel bike. We just come back from the Mawson Trail. Haven't really unpacked yet, but it's been a fantastic bike. Another mention of tyres, these Specialized Pathfinders in the 42, fantastic. I wish they were a bit bigger though. I wish they did a 47 or a 50, because they would definitely fit on this frame. The Pragma Mawson, and the rims are yishinbike.com. They did a very good job. And also a big tip. I'm not sure, I've got to see those cats running past. A big tip with tubeless is make sure that you have a valve core remover so you can tighten that. Make sure it's tight, otherwise it can leak air. And get a pair of pliers and just tighten that so it's just nice and tight. Otherwise you can leak air and you're like, oh, these tubeless things don't work. So that's a huge tip. I'll show you exactly what I mean. And this is what we've got in here. We've got a titanium spoon. You've got to have a spork in there. And we've got some goodies in here. We've got, I always carry three cards, and let's see if we can find. I found this spanner on the side of the road actually. Let's see if we can find what I'm looking for here. This is on here. This is what I'm talking about. This little thing here is a valve core remover, and that is going to make tubeless life really a lot easier for yourself. Put trims over here. Watch the XTR, and this goes on like so. Zoom in on that, and you can just tighten. There we go, and you just tighten it. And that's very tight. So there's no air escaping. I did a 24-hour race in 2006, and I lost the race because I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? For all that training, and I just didn't understand the tubeless. Bike shop didn't show me. I had to learn the hard way. So that's got to be tight. Take it off, and then get a pair of pliers. Tighten that up as well. That is a huge tip. Huge tip. So these are my favourite tyres in the world. Overall, the Conti 4000 series, and the 5000s aren't too bad. But you get these on sale if you can. 4000s, the 4000, the S2 black chili compound. There you go. It's S, the 2 and the S. So what's the difference? I think just different colours. But yeah, that's the deal there. Isn't that a blast from the past? The old Vectrum Breaker ASC, as an AS silica compound they used to call it. Fantastic. We have a fork here. Easton make a good fork. Make a very thick fork, Easton. Look how thick that is. Very thick. I think that's how forks should be made. But what you can see here is someone wrote up a loose headset, and you can see it's got the ring of death. Alright, so it's been etching in the carbon. People riding a loose headset. $5,000 bike, riding with a loose headset. So always make sure your headset is not loose. Learn how to tighten a headset. That should be rule 101. Okay, so just learn. There's plenty of tutorials. Go to GCN, etc. How to tighten a headset. Otherwise, you'll have this. That's okay to ride because it's a very thick one, but yeah, it's good to keep an eye on that. It was really bad. Don't chuck the fork in the bin. You know what we can do is we can just cut it off there, so then it will fit a smaller frame, alright? It'll fit a smaller frame. Don't chuck it in the bin, just cut it off at the bin of death, and then voila, the bottom is still perfect. So it can be reused, because carbon doesn't break down. Let's use carbon as long as we can. These are made in 1997, the 17th of March, 97. So this was made about a year before Natasha was born. And pretty amazing tyre. Pretty amazing tyre. Look at the old font they still use today. It's hard to believe this tyre's 23 years old. The website is contionline.com. I wonder if they still use the same thing. And this is Australia's 20s. Australia's 20s. Fantastic. The golden era. These ones don't have a date stamp on them. But yeah, never been used. Never been used. Continental. Plastic, eh? It's on. It's the first time this tyres had air in it, and it was pretty tight to get on. Just a big tip. A big tip is make sure you squeeze your tyre into the channel, and then it just pops on real easy. There's notoriously tight tyres for the people who don't do it properly. I didn't use any tyre levers. I never use tyre. You don't need tyre levers to put a tyre on. You need to squeeze it into the channel, and it just pops on effortlessly or easily. That's the tip there. So look at that. That's the 23-year-old tyre. Beautiful. Takes for a ride. See what it feels like. Love rubber. I don't use rubber because I've got a vasectomy, but I do love rubber on the bike. Fantastic.